right, question for Casey?
How's the first spring going for you?
It's good. A lot of competition, great competition. I call it competitive greatness. So I think it's the O-line and D-line are meshing well. A lot of battles, a lot of good competitive battles. So I think it's a great turning point for the trenches.
I mean, obviously played a ton of football, but new environment, everything. Did it take a day or two to start getting to yourself again, or?
Oh yeah. It's a different speed out here. It's Florida State now. It's different. So I mean, at the end of the day, you have to get accustomed to the speed of the game, and how fast we play, and the tempo that we want to play at. So it's just a matter of time.
When you said the speed's different, can you explain that a little bit to us?
I think just like going down the D line, you got Darryl Jackson, Josh Farmer, guys like that who are long, strong, physical, fast. You got a lot of guys like that in the Pac-12 too, but those guys are different. A lot of speed, a lot of power off the ball too. So it's getting us ready for the ACC ball.
You're getting to your pads quickly.
No doubt, no doubt.
When you say competitive battles, is that offensive line versus defensive line, or is that even like an internal thing with the offensive line with you guys battling for reps and whatnot?
I think it's offensive line and defensive line. I mean, you guys see how we practice. It goes pods to one-on-ones to pass rush to team. Like, it's nonstop going against somebody who's bigger, stronger, or faster than you. You have to be smarter in those positions specifically. But I think the competitive side is definitely in the trenches between O-line and D-line.
I always think about continuity on an offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Playing next to
No doubt, no doubt. Yeah, you have to have that continuity, and that only comes with time, though.
Yep.
And so we're in that beginning of it. The later stage is going to be in that fall camp period.
Yep.
So right now is just understanding the plays and understanding the techniques that each player is going to use with that certain specific play type. And so understanding that comes over time and getting into it. So.
In the spring, you're finding yourself working with different people on either side of you, aren't you?
No doubt. Yeah, I'm playing center and guard. So it's two different positions that I got to learn. So, I mean, that only helps learn the offense. If you can learn it at center, you know what the tackle's doing too. So it's only getting a greater sense of the game, not only, but a greater sense of the positions too.
Can you talk a little bit about how long you've played center in your life? Did you play center in high school?
No. This is my first time playing center.
Oh, really?
Yeah, first time playing center is here. So, I mean, to be the best and be where you want to get, you have to do uncomfortable things. To put yourself in that situation, that's something that I've never done, and so I'm willing for that challenge. Though.
Take us through step one, which where you're at now. Let's get the ball back.
Step one was don't airmail the snap. Step two, just get it to AJ Duffy or get it to Travis. I think that, and then step three, just try to block the guy in front of you. Use proper steps. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still football. It's not like I'm playing some other sport, but at the end of the day, it's still football.
Have you been able to see enough on film through meeting rooms to realize just how explosive and productive this offense can be?
No doubt. Oh yeah, from the internal, from the offensive line perspective to the backs to obviously the quarterback, and then to wide receivers. I mean, you see a 6'7", 6'8" behemoth running down the field, and Johnny Wilson, like that's something that could really intimidate a defense. And so I think this offense is very special, and I'm proud to be a part of it.
I know Coach Atkins told you he was going to coach you hard.
Mm-hmm.
How has he lived up to what you thought? And is he a pretty easy guy to learn from?
Exceeded expectation at that point. Definitely coaching hard. I think that if you're not willing for that type of coaching, you're not really learning at all on the football field. That's the type of coach that you want to learn from, especially. The type of coach is going to teach you not only what you're doing, but how you can improve on it. Not just your mistakes, what you're doing that's incorrect, how you can improve it. And so that's the thing that he's been really implementing this entire 6 day 5 of spring. So.
Have you had a chance yet to? I'm sorry. Have you had a chance yet to kind of try to help some of the younger guys? I know that's one of the reasons they wanted to bring you guys.
No doubt.
To help some of those younger guys.
Yeah. I got to speak to Daughtry Richardson. I got to speak to Jalen Early, Keyshawn Sapp, those guys. Just understanding why they play the game, not only, but how to implement that when things aren't going their way. When they lose a rep, how do you overcome that? Because as a young offensive lineman, you're coming out of high school, you're thinking that you're on top of the world. When you get out here and you're going against other guys who are the best at their position, coming from their high school, who are sometimes are greater than you, and you're kind of losing some of the reps, it's like I'm kind of like, dang, am I really that good? But you got to understand that this is all just part of the process. So you got to revert that back into why you came here. So like with Keyshawn Sapp, it's for his family. Daughtry Richardson for his family. You got to revert that back to your why and understand why you're here. And you can't come out of it with a frustrated mindset. You got to come out of it with the growth mindset. So that's what I try to implement with them, because those are really good players. Those are going to be some good interior linemen who are going to be playing here in the next few years.
Coach Norvell actually mentioned Daughtry today as kind of responding today. He thought he had one of his better days.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Daughtry's biggest thing is just response. He's just got to overcome something that's in the way. He has to overcome it. And so Daughtry Richards is going to be a really good player here, and I'm really excited to see what he's going to implement in the future too.
I don't know, I guess the state of the Colorado offensive line room, but coming here, I mean, how impressed have you been? I mean, probably 10, 12 deep of guys who are ready now. Just how many bodies you have in the offensive line who can contribute?
Oh, no doubt. I think that the depth here is legit. I think that every single one of us could play a snap at any given time. And so that's the thing that I mentioned before with competitive greatness, is that not only are you competing against the defensive line, who's really, really good. I mean, you look at the defensive line, there's probably 5 draft picks on there right now. Then you come over to the offensive line room, you got 2 lines who could play, really play. And so you're competing with the 1s and the 2s to try to even get a spot out there at the end of the day. And so I think it's really nice to know that at any day you have to be on your point. It's just like the NFL. So you have to be on point every single day. And that's the type of mindset that we kind of try to bring to the offensive line room.
When you take a few minutes after practice to get some extra work, this is probably a simple question, like why is that important to get that little bit of extra time in?
I think that what I try to pride myself on is that extra, that when I know somebody's not doing it, is that I have to do it. So when I know that somebody isn't doing that specific thing that I'm doing, it's like that competing with myself to get that 1% better than what I am and what I want to be. And that goes on with life. Like if I'm gonna write 4 or 5 papers tonight, I gotta write 6. I know somebody else is not doing it, and that's the other side of it, is that doing things that make you uncomfortable is what's going to create the best version of yourself. And so coming out after practice, we just did up downs, we just did inside run, we did all these things that I'm exhausted after, but that 1% that I have to do is going to create a greater version of myself. And ultimately that's going to create a better version of this team too. So
Thanks for your time.
Thanks,
appreciate you guys.
Casey.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.